There's this new trending Roblox game called Mukbang Game, and if you guys don't already know what a mukbang is, it is basically an ongoing trend where creators gather a large amount of delicious food and eat it in front of a camera. Seems innocent enough, right? Wrong. After playing this game, it reminded me of a truly terrifying case that happened in real life. But first, let's go back to the game.
The game is pretty simple. You walk into this calm restaurant and you sit down and you get to order anything on the menu. So you get to click this screen right here and there's a bunch of different food you can choose from. So let's get some flaming hot chicken and let's also get some ramen as well.
Bro, Lukey, we definitely need to get the dumpling ramen roll. That thing looks fire.
I know, so I'm gonna place this flaming hot chicken right here and my spam ramen, and this looks even more good. And we can also change our POV to eat it. So yeah, this is basically the entire game. It's super simple and relaxing. But today, we will be deep diving into one of the most horrific cases that happened to the most famous mukbang YouTuber of all time.
This is Jiang. She's one of the biggest mukbang creators on YouTube with over 13 million subscribers, and she's widely celebrated as the mukbang goddess. I mean, just take a look at all the different types of food she eats. But what's crazy is that it's very similar to the foods that we just saw in the game. Like, if we take a look at the menu items that we saw in the game, we can see that there's fried chicken, there's ramen, and there's even sushi as well. And if we take a look at her channel, we can literally see that she eats 100 pieces of chicken for half the price, and she's also eating all types of ramen as well in Japan, in Korea, and other parts of the world. But what made her so incredibly beloved wasn't just her ability to eat massive amounts of food while staying bright and happy, but it was also her extensive charity work and heart for the community. We can even see here that since May of 2019, Jiang has been consistently donating an average of 3.15 million won every month to the orphanage. She was constantly giving back. She volunteered at orphanages, worked at facilities for people with developmental disabilities, and even donated 10 million won to veterans. In fact, to celebrate hitting 10 million subscribers, she donated a staggering 100 million won to the World Vision and personally packed and delivered meals to children at risk of hunger.
Oh, Andy, she's so kind and generous. She did so much for the community.
Yeah, bro, she is. I mean, just looking at her, no one could have ever imagined that someone so adored, someone who brought so much joy and warmth to millions, was concealing such an incredibly dark secret for years.
On July 11th, 2024, she released a live stream that completely broke the internet, exposing the living torture she had been enduring behind the camera. The entire nightmare actually started coming to light a day before Jiang's own video on July 10th. A YouTube channel known as the Hover Lab released a shocking audio recording that blew the lid off a massive extortion conspiracy. The recording exposed a hidden group of Korean content creators known as the Cyber Wreckers. These are drama channels that claim to practice vigilante justice by exposing the private lives of celebrities and influencers under the guise of public good. But behind the scenes, they were using their massive influence purely for financial gain. The leaked audio featured a chilling conversation between two prominent YouTubers, Woo Jae-hyuk, who ironically built his channel on the premise of helping victims in unfair situations, and Jungkook Jin, a self-proclaimed digital fraud detector. In that recording, they were explicitly talking about how to leverage Jaehyung's hidden past and vulnerabilities for a massive payout. Their exact words were terrifying. They said, "If we expose this, Jaehyung will have to retire. It's better to cover this up and get financial benefits from her instead." They even negotiated specific numbers, suggesting they should demand at least 200 million won in cash. While they denied it later, claiming they never took any shameful money, reports from Hover Lab alleged that Woo Jae-hyuk's side had already successfully stolen 55 million won, which is approximately 40,000 US dollars.
So what is this massive secret that Jiang was so desperately trying to protect? On the morning of July 11th, 2024, she stood before a camera to explain the allegations herself. She revealed that she had been a victim of illegal filming, assault, severe dating violence, and non-stop financial scams by her ex-boyfriend, who also acted as her manager. She described the last 4 years as absolute psychological and physical torture. She explained that he seemed like a perfectly nice guy at first, but quickly turned violent. The moment she tried to break up with him, he pulled out secretly recorded videos of her, threatening to leak them to the public to completely destroy her life. Using those videos as leverage, he took absolute control of her. Jiang confessed that she was beaten almost every single day for 4 years. He used umbrellas and blunt objects to assault her, carefully avoiding her face most of the time so she could keep filming content. But there are still multiple broadcasts where she had to appear with visible injuries and bruises on her arms. And when subscribers raised concerns, she had to dismiss them, masking her terror by claiming she was just clumsy and bruised easily.
Wow, so she can't even tell other people about what's happening to her?
Yeah, bro, honestly, that ex-boyfriend is terrible.
But Andy, it gets even worse. He made her work crazy inappropriate jobs against her will, and when she finally begged him to quit, he forced her into YouTube to steal all her money she made from it. He forced her into an incredibly unfair contract where, as you see here, he took 70% of her earnings, and he also took 100% of her advertising revenue. Despite having over 10 million fans, there's a point in her early career where she couldn't even afford to order the chicken she needed for her own videos.
Bro, what the heck? That is actually crazy. The fact that she's the #1 Korean content creator, but she can't even buy her own chicken for her own videos?
Yeah, honestly, that contract is an actual scam. 70%? Her ex-boyfriend never showed up in any of the videos, and it's literally her channel, and she doesn't even get anything from it.
And the sheer scale of theft is almost unimaginable. Her legal team later revealed that her ex-boyfriend had stolen roughly 4 billion won, which is nearly $3 million over those 4 years. But what makes this heartbreaking is that during the exact same time that she was being drained of millions of dollars, being manipulated and beaten, she was taking whatever small cut she had and secretly donating it to orphanages and struggling children. Although she was living in a literal nightmare, her first instinct was still to help others. A local broadcaster later released a horrifying audio segment of the abuse. You can clearly hear blunt impacts, Jiang crying and pleading for her life, and him shouting cuss words at her. He even spread terrible rumors to his own friends who joined in on the blackmail, forcing her to pay an additional 200 million won to his associates just to keep them quiet. And as the real-life case finally reached a boiling point, Jiang's legal team finally stepped in and filed criminal charges against her ex-boyfriend for scam, assault, and blackmail. And that is when she bravely came forward on that live stream and told her 10 million subscribers the absolute truth about the last 4 years of her life.
However, the justice system never got to hold him accountable. During the criminal investigation, the ex-boyfriend took his own life. Because of this, the criminal cases against him were automatically closed under the law. It left Jaeyoung with immense trauma and made it incredibly difficult for her to reclaim the millions of dollars he had stolen from her. As for the cyber wreckers who ruthlessly blackmailed her, the authorities didn't let them get away. The police arrested them and their YouTube channels were permanently demonetized. They were charged with blackmail and coercion, with some receiving suspended jail terms and restraining orders.
Now this might seem like a tragic end to her journey, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. She hired her best friend as her new manager, and they now travel the world together, eating the best fruits from wherever she goes. She still uploads content, pulling in millions of views, and she even started her own clothing brand, proving that she's reclaiming her life on her own terms.
Okay, that's good. Now she's just enjoying life and traveling the world.
Yeah dude, thank goodness it was a happy ending. But let's go back to the game. You walk into a relaxing, calm restaurant where you order all of your favorite dishes and eat it in front of your fans. Seems innocent enough, right? But behind the scenes, your manager is abusing you, scamming you for all your money, and blackmailing you to keep your mouth shut.
This Roblox game might just be a coincidence, but whether the developer intended it or not, they perfectly recreated one of the most tragic and disturbing realities of the influencer industry. We assume what we see on our screens is real, that a smiling face means a happy life, but this terrible case of Jaeyoung tells us to look beyond what is shown to us and to always focus on the little details.
So let us know your theories in the comments, and next time you watch a live stream or play a game where everything seems perfect, just remember, you never really know who is behind the camera.
See ya!